Good afternoon. This is Salome B here, and I want to talk about Trump and assassinated presidents in the FBI. I want to talk about that today. And we're going to talk about Mexico as well. We're going to get started with Trump. Has said that the FBI had tried to infiltrate his 2016 campaign. And he said that James Comey was the ringleader and that he called them a ring of thieves. He said in 500 days, they've got more done than any other president. Now, with all this Trump hoopla since he's got in office, I'm just like, why is everybody so obsessed with him? Why does everybody keep saying all these things about him? Why is everybody trying to keep everybody from going near this big old bad Trump? And it's just all it's doing is drawing people to him more than getting them away from him. But I was reading a book earlier today, and I can see why Minister Louis Farrakhan is embracing Trump, because in the book, The Fall of America by Elijah Muhammad, on page 17 of The Fall of America talked about each and every president that was assassinated for trying to help out the Negro. So, what does that have to do with Trump? Well, if we rewind back to when Trump got started, every black person that Trump called to the White House, they refused it, turned it down, because every other black person was saying that they were going to eject them, take their black card, blah, 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 blah. And Elijah Muhammad is speaking, saying that every time a president stepped up and tried to help the Negro, he was assassinated, or he was ridiculed, or he was killed, more than likely. So this is why my question is Trump in danger. And I'm going to walk down some things with you, and why I'm talking about Mexico, because Mexico is kind of creating some issues for the Trump campaign as far as this border situation. It's just a lot of things going on. So let's get started. All right. So let's go back to The Fall of America of Elijah Muhammad. Now he says the assassinated President Abraham Lincoln by John W. Booth in Washington, D.C., April 14, 1865, who died April 15, 1865, was successful in freeing our parents from servitude, slavery, to weaken the slave master's strength. To weaken the slave master's strength against the federal government. So that's what Abraham Lincoln did for the parents of people like Elijah Muhammad and them, because they were considered slaves at the time. So he was assassinated. All right. Now, Abraham Lincoln was a Democrat. Now, Charles J. Guiteau, July 2nd, 1881 in Washington, D.C., and died September 19, 1881. President William McKinley shot September 6, 1901, and he was a Republican. Then you had President John F. Kennedy was shot. Then you had Mr. Huey P. Long, who was shot in Louisiana in 1935 because he talked about spreading the wealth. Now, let's go to Mexico's situation. Mexico has 113 politicians, including 43 candidates running for office. And most of them have been killed or assassinated to control the country's political future. Now, 4 days ago, Pamela Turan was killed coming out of a Mexican restaurant. So 32,000 candidates are running, and Mexico has the biggest election coming up. And somebody's not liking the change of the country, so they are assassinating the political politicians because they don't like the change that's coming up. So what I saw in all these assassinations, according to what Elijah Muhammad was saying, that every time these people stepped up to change something and it would help the African Americans, they were assassinated. Now, Trump's campaign is being sabotaged or attempting to sabotage it, but it's not working because he's catching them at every angle. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, well, Donald Trump's racist and all that. I don't know, because Donald Trump came before my time. He's 70-something. He's about my mother's age. And the only thing I know about Donald Trump is real estate. He is the real estate mogul. He is the go-to person for real estate. But I think that he's in danger. I think that he will be in danger because all of these politicians are getting assassinated who's trying to invoke the change to justice and righteousness. They're getting killed. Mexico is full of corruption. This is why so many people are coming here who are legal immigrants, coming in through the back door of South America, because of the corruption and the killing of all of the politicians. America has already had this problem. Abraham Lincoln, William McKinley was shot and killed. And William McKinley was shot in 1901. He hadn't been in office no more than 6 months to his second term. So, you know, Huey P. Long, he talked about sharing the wealth. Soon as he started talking about sharing the wealth, he was assassinated. Abraham Lincoln talked about freeing the slaves, assassinated. Donald Trump talking about bringing jobs back to America, sabotaged. So if you can see the pattern like I see the pattern, don't just believe everything that somebody tells you about somebody. Read the patterns. Mexico is losing politicians every day. They're being shot and killed. So this is what I want to bring to your attention. History, although it's grimy, it's repeating itself horribly. So let's keep talking about this. Like, share, subscribe. Have a great day.